I hope for an alcoholic, what happens is that sometimes we start to look for a certain self-complacency through food, alcohol, or drugs. These three aspects can be taken to a whole other level where we need professional help, etc. And that's not what we're going to touch about in this video. But if you know someone like that, or if you're that someone, don't be afraid to ask for that help, because there is hope and there is the possibility of finding out what is it deep down that's leading me to need this in that way, and that has now been converted into an addiction. But if you look on a much simpler level, you might be the skinniest person, but still have your way areas where you don't have an exactly healthy relationship with food. And I try to handle certain situations in my life through food. I know a person who every night would have several alcoholic beverages. Didn't get to the point of getting drunk, but it was a way of not facing what they were actually living every day in life. It was a way of just kind of avoiding. And that doesn't bring you to live in the fullness of who you were called to be. So is it something terrible in and of itself? Not at all. But is it something that brings you to who you are and to give what the rest of us need from you? Because when we recognize that our life is a gift, we realize that it's not indifferent if I bring out the best version of myself. That phrase that's so trendy today. The best version of myself. Well, that best version of myself doesn't just mean my ideal for myself. It means looking at who I am and who God created me to be, which is much more than I could even ever imagine, and realizing that others need me. So I don't need to be finding these little ways of self-complacency. I would prefer to confront these areas in my life that are leading me to look for this self-complacency somewhere else, so that I can live in greater freedom, and so that I can give to others all that I was meant to give and which they need from me, what the world was meant to receive from me. So we're going to finish with a simple prayer that goes like this. In the name of Jesus Christ, I renounce the sin of gluttony and any idolatry of food, drink, or drugs. I renounce all self-indulgence and false comfort through what I take into my body. I ask your forgiveness, Lord, and I choose instead temperance and fasting to combat self-indulgence.